Hi. So welcome to the Think page. Today, we have two pages. We'll either be working on the Think page. So if you're a student that has this page in your packet, you can stay on this video. Otherwise, if you're a student that has the cut and paste activity in your packet and daily schedule, then you should refer to the other video I have. And you do not need to watch this one. So let's work on the Think page. So the Think page will ask us 3 questions. Excuse me. We have 3 questions. So the first question asks, number 1, what do you do when you are sick? Number 2 asks, who cares for you when you are sick? And the last question asks, 3, what has closed in your area? So we have 3 questions that are focused on what, who, and what. So you guys might come up with a lot of different answers because we all have different experiences, but I'm going to write a few sentence examples that might apply to you, and if they do, you're welcome to copy them, and if they don't apply to you, you can talk with whoever is helping you with this assignment for different ideas. So let's start with number 1. It says, what do you do when you are sick? And so think about the last time you were sick. Maybe you just felt really tired or sleepy. Maybe you had a fever, you had a headache, or maybe you had a stomach ache and you were throwing up or you couldn't keep food down. Maybe you just had a stuffy nose and a cough and it wasn't so bad. But either way, let's think of some things that we do when we're feeling sick. So I'm going to think about some things that I do when I feel sick or that my kids do when they feel sick, and you can see if that applies to you. So for number 1, what do you do when you are sick? And so I'm going to, and we can all start the sentence out like this. We'll say, when I am sick. So that will be the first part of your sentence. So we can all start with when I am sick. And so for me, when I'm sick, I like to sleep and rest. I drink lots of water. I will read a book or watch TV. So, what do you do when you are sick? So for me, when I am sick, I like to sleep and rest. I drink lots of water, and I'll read a book or watch TV because I don't want to overexert myself. I'm not going to, go for a long walk or anything. If I'm feeling tired and sick, I just kind of lay down on my bed or on the couch and just relax and rest until I feel better. And so you can take a moment to copy down what I wrote if this is what you also do, or you can think of something else yourself and write that down. So go ahead and pause the video if you need to take time doing that. I am going to move on to the next question. So number 2 asks, who cares for you when you are sick? And so I think about this maybe for my kids, because I think now that I'm an adult, things are a little different than when than maybe they are for me and you. So when we think, who cares for you when you are sick? We would say, the person who cares for me when I am sick is, and so we're writing our sentence starter. This is our sentence starter. The person who cares for me when I am sick is, and for me, it's usually my mom. My mom is usually the one who will bring me food or will make sure that I'm warm, make sure I feel okay, check up on me. She's usually the one that helps me when I'm sick. And if this is the same for you, then you can go ahead and copy the sentence. If you have someone else that helps you when you're sick, maybe your grandma, your dad, your sister, your brother, a cousin, anyone, those are all options. So I can write, just for the sake of it, we can say, or dad, grandma, sister, brother, uncle, aunt, any of those people can work. Or maybe someone else that I didn't think of. I'll give you a moment to pause the video and answer that question. And then I'm going to move on to number 3. So number 3 asks, what has closed in your area? So when they talk about our area, they mean where we're living right now. And so we live in San Francisco. And if you think about what has closed here in San Francisco. And so we can start off the sentence with, in San Francisco, which is this is our area. You can also, if you want to be even more specific, you can talk about the neighborhood you're living in. So some of you guys live in Visitation Valley or Portola or Bayview or downtown Mission Bay. All those places you can be specific, or you can just be kind of think of San Francisco as a whole. So in San Francisco, schools and let's say schools and stores have closed. And so stores is kind of an interesting one. Not all stores have closed. You can still go to the grocery store. You can still go to restaurants, but you just can't eat in there. You have to bring the food out. But a lot of stores have closed, like stores that sell toys or clothes or books. All these stores have closed. So, and also libraries. So we'll say schools, libraries, and stores have closed. All of these. A lot of other places have closed too. If you think of other ideas, you can definitely add to that. But for my sentence, I wrote, in San Francisco, schools, libraries, and stores have closed. And then in parentheses, you can also write parks, swimming pools. What else have closed? Gyms, malls. All these places are currently closed because they want to avoid people being in crowds with lots and lots of people. So they want to keep these areas closed to keep us all safe.